Can you hear me? Is this normal sounding? Okay. All right, so I'm Nikko Moy, and I'm the owner and creator of ashesandmelt.com, which is an online gallery. That is my income stream. This is the site. And I want to tell you a little bit about myself, but I mainly want to give you some basic information on how to promote and sell your artwork online. First, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I got a fine arts degree. I got a bachelor's degree, and when I was finished, I didn't know what I was going to do, how I was going to make a living, so I did a lot of things from visual merchandising to graphic design to drafting technical drawings for architects, and I even ended up as a construction manager. In which that job, I was like, how in the world did like a fine artist end up here, and why am I not making a living in art or in some creative field? So I started making art again, and I posted like the progress of my work onto Flickr.com, which is basically a photo sharing website that has built-in social networking as well as like tools to measure how many people look at your photographs. So I started building an online community that consisted of other artists, graphic designers, interior designers, crafters, and art and design bloggers. So I wanted to do an experiment, and I posted this piece that I made onto Flickr for sale. And within a few days, a buyer contacted me through Flickr's email system and wanted to purchase it. And so that's the piece in the buyer's home. So from this, I had the idea to create Ashes and Melt. So we're kind of short on time, so I wanted to, here's like an overview of, this is important though, I think this is, yeah, I won't read through all of it, but this is just basically like an overview of online retailing. But I want to point out like the last point that today there is an explosion of independent small businesses that make a living through e-commerce and are marketed through blogs, even though one person here saw this from a blog. But, and that includes artists that are selling their work online. So there are many ways to, promote and sell your artwork online, and I broke it up into like 6 categories, although they're not limited to these. You'll see that there's this sort of like intermixing of business models where almost anything goes, and I think that's like kind of the beauty of being online. You can experiment without like much risk. So probably the most common way of promoting yourself online is through an artist website, which is basically your portfolio site where you can also display your work and you can sell pieces directly from the site. I think the main benefit of this is that you're going to get 100% of the sales as the artist. The downside is that you alone will have to generate traffic to the site. The second way of putting your work online and selling it is to get representation through an online art gallery, which is basically the same as a brick and mortar gallery but solely online. Artists get full representation of their work, and it is also created to fit a targeted niche. And also a benefit is that all the sales, marketing, documentation of the artwork, shipping of artwork is taken care of by the gallery. The downside is that a higher percentage of the sales will go to the gallery. I wanted to mention brick and mortar galleries, even though they're not going to be like the best way to sell your work online. I think the downside to most brick and mortar galleries is that they will post exhibitions to their website to promote them, but not really have the intention to sell pieces like through their website. The upside to them is that they are really hard to get into, and they treat their artists well, and it is nice to have your work in places. The next way is online boutiques, and they're really good example of like a mixed-use space, and that kind of intermixing of business models. They can be online only, or they can also have brick-and-mortar storefronts. And they will sell like other products. They'll also have art exhibitions that they will sell to people online. And the benefit to this is that they can reach both buyers offline and online. And the downside is that a higher percentage of sales will go to the boutique. The next one is called an Amazon model e-commerce site, which is basically what Etsy is. And I don't know, are all of you familiar with Etsy? So they're really an amazing example of the Amazon model. They have a really well-designed site with integrated social networking and marketing techniques. I think the main benefit of that type of site is it's really easy to showcase your work and offer it for sale. The downside is that some artists can get really lost on these sites because there's like this overwhelming number of art offered on it. Although, I noticed that the most successful artists on Etsy will market themselves outside of the site through either another website or a blog. And I think Lee's going to touch on that because she's taking the social networking to this higher level there.